Spring ball practices start tomorrow, which means today's the last day of the off-season. I thought I'd walk you guys through my off-season leg workout. I started off with 2 sets of barbell squats. Here I did 345 for 4. I was really focused on being explosive throughout the whole movement, getting to the top fast. The second rep here felt very scary. Second rep was harder than my third and fourth rep for whatever reason. Just misgrooved it a little bit, but we were able to recover, get 345 for 4, which is matching my rep PR, 345, so I was happy about that. And then felt very good, so I loaded up 385, which I'd never attempted before, and went pretty smoothly. I felt pretty good today. Step back, and I got good depth with it, and I was able to get up and lock it out, so that was a win. Typically, I do 3 sets of squats on my leg days, but because I hit that PR, I just called it quits for squats on the day. And then I moved to barbell RDLs. I've really been liking this movement for hamstring building. It just feels really nice to get a good eccentric, go down, control the weight. I've always been more in favor of hinge movements to train my hamstrings, opposed to curl movements, like the hamstring curl I'm gonna do later. And I like barbell RDLs because it's really easy to load up a lot of weight. And I just like the feeling of the RDL. So I was able to get 225 for 7, which was pretty good. Then we moved up to 275. Bit of a big jump, but I was kind of feeling myself because of the squat PR. So I went heavier than normal and was able to get 4 reps. I controlled the weight well, good tempo, and my legs felt pretty good after. So I did it for 2 sets, but I did not record the second set. I ended up doing 3 sets total of barbell RDLs. Normally I'm someone who only does 2 sets of barbell RDLs, but I was kind of just substituting because I did the 2 sets of squats instead of 3. Next I hopped into Bulgarian split squats. Saw Saquon Barkley doing these. It's 10 reps with the 70s I'm doing, and then when you finish you drop the weights and do jumps out of the split squat position. So you can see I'm really focused on being explosive to the top of that movement. It's almost like I'm jumping at the top with the weights, so that way when I get to the jumps, it feels much lighter. It looks pretty stupid, but in terms of athleticism and explosiveness, it's a great exercise, and I really like it. So, only thing that really sucks about that exercise is I do 2 sets of it, but it really ends up being 4 sets because you have to hit both legs twice. So it usually takes a lot of time. It's pretty tiring, but I found that it's really nice in terms of translating to explosiveness that you're going to be using in games and in practices. Like I said, I found it from the best running back in the league, Saquon Barkley, an old video of him doing it at Penn State. So, it's pretty tried and tested. I also get scared when I throw those weights there. I'm not sure if you guys see, but there is a little crack in the mirror from one time I threw the weights doing this exercise, and it cracked the mirror a little bit on the bottom there. At this point, my quads were pretty spent. I hopped into my last set of hamstrings here. I just did 1 set because I'd already done 3 sets of hamstrings when I did the barbell RDLs. Most of my machines, my accessory lifts that aren't my free weights, I do 1 or 2 sets to failure. Here I just opted to do 1. Probably going to start doing single leg on this machine soon because the full stack, it runs a little lighter, so it's kind of easy to max out, and I had to get around 13 reps here to really go to failure, which I want to keep it a little lower than that, but it was good. I got some partials. I know a lot of people don't like partials, but I like them just because of the added intensity I feel when I go completely to failure, and I feel like I can't even move that weight at all anymore. And then I finished up with 2 sets of calf raises on this calf raise machine. Felt pretty good. I've always liked this machine. It's very easy to load a lot of weight onto, so you can progress pretty quickly. I've definitely seen the most growth in my calves using this machine. I do it typically every other workout or every 3rd workout. Calves are something I train a little more often because they've always been kind of resistant to grow for me, so I figured I'd attack them a little bit more to get them to grow. I know a lot of people like pausing at the bottom of the calf raise to allow some growth. I saw Jeff Nippard talking about that. I don't really know too much about that. I kind of just do what feels good And for me, I was just kind of trying to grind this weight out because it was kind of heavy. And I did get some partials at the end. And this machine is always a little scary to go to failure onto just because there's not really anything holding that there. But overall, that was it. Here's my full workout on the screen, just as a summary. Hope you guys enjoyed.